welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a decorate with me, and we will be decorating the small treehouse enclosure by Tarantula Cribs. One of my favorite features of this enclosure is that it is front opening. I am adding some reptile safe moss to the bottom of the enclosure. This is from a pet store with some backing on it, so I'm just cutting it to size to fit that bottom of the enclosure. The nice thing with having moss in your enclosure is that it does help retain some of the moisture and humidity that our spiders do need. So the glue that I'm using is the Gorilla Glue hot glue. For this design, I am adding moss to the back of the enclosure, so I am sizing this up to fit the back. And I will again secure it with the Gorilla Glue hot glue. Here I am adding a miniature window to the back side of the enclosure. Felt like it would give it a good cottagecore type vibe to this. I wanted to be able to remove the moss behind the window, give it a little bit of a peek through from the back side through the enclosure. So I'm just using the window up against the moss to try to size it up. Nothing fancy, just kind of guesstimating where it's at, making sure that's all lining up. Now that I have the hole cut in the back side of the moss for the window, I'm able to hot glue this to secure it to the back of the enclosure. Now that the moss is secured to the back side of the enclosure, just using the hot glue to secure the miniature window to the back, right over the hole that I had cut previously. Now I'll be adding some of the fun little trinkets to the enclosure that really helps add to the personality of it. I'm going to add some of the web ribbon to the side of the enclosure. This is something that everyone really loves to add to the enclosures. Gives it a nice good wall for the spiders to climb up along. So I have a big roll of it, so I'm just going to cut it down to size and add it to the side of the enclosure with hot glue. Here I'm adding some plastic foliage to the enclosure. This gives us some fun character to add on top of the moss, and it gives some good areas for the spiders to climb. And of course we're going to add some mushrooms. Can't forget those in a cute cottagecore vibe. And here I want to add some fencing to the side of the enclosure, give it a little bit more dimension. So cutting the wire from the roll that I have of this fencing. That way I can then secure a little bit amount to the side of the enclosure. The wires were sticking out from the fence where I had cut it, so I decided to take the pliers and just push them down so that way they weren't a safety risk for the spider. And here I'm going to be adding some leaves to a wood piece that I had sealed with polyacrylic, and it's magnetic on the back side so that way I can hang it up on the ceiling of the enclosure. And I'm adding some 3D printed mushroom ledges that I do have available in my Etsy shop if anyone is interested, and of course a really cute mushroom hide. All of our 3D printed ledges and hides use extremely strong magnets. Definitely can show by how I'm shaking it around, nothing is moving. Another fun detail about those is that the magnets are secured within the prints, so there's no way those magnets coming out and getting lost. And there you have it. We are now done decorating the enclosure. Thanks everyone for joining me on this build, and I hope you have a wonderful day.